Symptoms of perimenopause and PMT or PMS, premenstrual syndrome or premenstrual tension, are very similar, and so many women get confused about whether it's just worsening PMT symptoms or perimenopause. But if you're also a woman that gets like these PMT symptoms or PMS symptoms all the time, we were just starting to, then it could be perimenopause. So what is going on? What is going on in your body and what do you have? If you're listening, you're probably a woman over 40 who's having these symptoms and that you're worrying what is going on with your body and should you be doing something about it. I'm Kate Driver, naturopath and the perimenopause practitioner, and I've been helping women with their health for over 2 decades now. 25 years to be exact, and I've been through perimenopause and menopause myself, and I've learned loads and loads over the last 10 years about what you should and shouldn't do through perimenopause and menopause and how you can actually thrive through it naturally. And I do have a free masterclass that I run very regularly online that you can join up to. I just thought I'd mention that now. But going back to perimenopause or PMT or PMS, let's just call it PMT today, they can be very similar. And some women have symptoms all the time, like I said, but your PMT really sort of common symptoms are the moodiness and irritability just before your period, breast tenderness, headaches or migraines. You might get bloating and digestive issues. You might also get extreme fatigue, or you just can't sleep all of a sudden. Your sleep cycle goes completely out of whack, and you might start getting sugar cravings or cravings for junk food and things that you don't normally. So they're the most common symptoms, and sometimes you can get other symptoms as well. But some women also get it through their whole cycle. All of a sudden, they're getting this every day, or sometimes even for 2 weeks, and it should not happen firstly to begin with at all, let alone for 2 weeks or through your whole cycle. So if you're still menstruating and you're getting it just before your period, this PMT, then it usually means that your progesterone is a little bit low compared to your estrogen, and it can mean that inflammation in the body has risen. So what happens in perimenopause, it exacerbates this. Your progesterone actually drops all of a sudden a lot more, especially if you're not menstruating regularly, if your ovaries aren't producing that progesterone because you're not ovulating regularly, then you'll be lower in progesterone, you'll be more dominant in estrogen, and you'll get a lot more of these symptoms, which is really annoying. And you might find that you also get heavier periods or more frequent periods, or your cycle is shorter, as in the whole month is shorter. You might be having a period every 21 to 25 days. That can happen with a lot of women in perimenopause. If it's the other way around and you're getting less and you're getting lighter periods, it might mean that your estrogen is also dropping as well. But going back to the PMT and the confusion with that, like firstly, I said you shouldn't have it at all really. Throughout your whole life, you might go through periods that you have a little bit of it, but if you've had it long term, then that's a sign, like I said, that your progesterone is low relative to your estrogen. These should be in a certain balance. And it can also mean that your inflammation is high in your body, and particularly if you're getting headaches or migraines around your period, or a lot of pain around your period, then it can also be a sign that you have high histamine around that time, or histamine excess in the body, or histamine intolerance. Or you could have MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome, and that's really common in endometriosis and PCOS or PCOS. And even things like fibroids can sometimes be the estrogen dominance and have the inflammatory side of it showing up as well. So what do you do about it? Well, there's so many ways that you can actually look at helping this situation. Even though perimenopause is a natural stage and your hormones are going to change no matter what you do, you can't just deny it that you're going to go through this. But with the PMT symptoms, we want to actually balance out your estrogen to progesterone ratio a little bit more. Now that might be looking at altering your diet a little bit, looking at taking herbs and supplements. It might mean that you particularly need to work on your liver and reducing inflammation in the body. I look at a whole range of things that you can do holistically. So in your environment, so what you eat, what you're exposed to, what you drink, what sort of stress levels you have in your life. This will have a big influence on these sort of symptoms and through symptoms in perimenopause, such as the symptoms you might have with PMT, but you might just get them randomly. Like you might just feel like moodiness is just a day-to-day thing, or it comes up more often than it used to, and your cycle is changing, and that can still be part of perimenopause. So if you'd like to know more, and I'd love to share loads more with you, then I will be running a free live masterclass, Thrive in Perimenopause, very soon, and I'd love you to join. I'd love you to join live and ask me questions so we can work through this together, and so you can thrive through perimenopause. And I'll be sharing all my tips that I use, and I'll be, for my clients, and I'll be revealing my system that I have proven to work, that I share in my program that I run for perimenopausal women. I'll be sharing this in my free live masterclass. So click the link below. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'd love to hear if this resonates with you, if you're suffering from this as well. And I'd love to see you on the next live masterclass. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Kate Driver, naturopath and the perimenopause practitioner. And I'll see you around very soon. Thank you. Bye for now.